Hello, everybody. It is Monday at 4 p.m. Our update today is going to be exclusively on the COVID pandemic. I know a lot of what we're reading about and thinking about is the Omicron variant. Three questions we're still awaiting to determine how serious or concerning that is. Number one, how transmissible is it? Is it more or less contagious than, say, Delta, which is very, very contagious? Number two, how sick does it make you? And number three is how well do the vaccines work against it? A answer to any of those three questions that comes out in our favor will make the variant much less concerning. And the reason that I bring those three up is that it does, at least in part, take our eye off the Delta variant, which we already know is highly transmissible, which we already know is much deadlier than earlier versions, taking younger people away from us. It is Delta that's causing the U.S. average to be the highest that it's been in 2 months. This is the nation in an escalation. And really, there are three things that I think are causing this. Number one, the Delta variant itself. We're all thinking about Omicron, but Delta is the most contagious, deadliest version that we have seen to date. It is currently our enemy number one, that it is our job to defeat. So this is being driven by the Delta variant, plus waning immunity. That's when you need to get your booster, plus our behavior. Getting together more, fatigue, wanting to be with family more over the holidays, maybe not wearing our masks the same amount that we used to. So we are in a nationwide escalation, even if some areas aren't escalating as fast as others. We are in an escalation unquestionably now here in Kentucky. We'll show you that in a little bit. It is driven by the Delta variant, which has already caused us so much harm. And we're seeing significant rise, much like we saw 2 months ago in places to our north that hadn't gotten hit as hard, if you want to put up the next one, as we did months ago. Remember, St. Clair got one of these federal strike teams, that it was us asking for this assistance. And now we are seeing states to our north having hospitals overwhelmed. You're starting to see New York, Massachusetts, and others suffering from hospital capacity issues. We aren't there yet, but folks, over the last 3 days, we're reporting 198 new deaths today. This is still very much here. Again, just because some of us want to be over this virus doesn't mean it is over us. It is still impacting Kentuckians, and you're going to hear about the deaths of a number of people far too young. Saturday, we reported 2,350 new cases of COVID-19 with 67 new deaths. They included a 49-year-old from Ballard County, a 49-year-old from Breckinridge County, a 48-year-old from Casey County, a 38-year-old from Hardin County, a 40-year-old from Madison County, a 41-year-old from Pike County, a 39-year-old from Whitley County, and a 49-year-old from Whitley County. So again, as we look later at our vaccination demographics, you got to get vaccinated and you got to get your booster. If you're in your 30s, your 40s, and for that matter, your 20s or below, it is now everybody that this virus comes for. We are fighting death itself. It comes in the form of this virus. Please use the tools that are there to protect yourself and your families. Sunday, 1,194 new cases, 68 new deaths. They include a 44-year-old from Knox County, a 36-year-old from McCreary County, a 23-year-old woman from Morgan County, a 47-year-old from Ohio County, 45-year-old from Warren County, and 43-year-old from Whitley County. 1,347 new cases new deaths, including a 38-year-old woman from Boyd County, a 49-year-old from Jefferson County, a 43-year-old from Shelby County. Our positivity rate as of today, 9.13%. So as we look at our stair-stepper chart, we can now see, if you where we didn't have full reporting, we are at the highest point we have been in 9. We're at this level was the week of October, 1,875 cases we have been, aside from the peaks, the escalations that we have had. In the right direction. And remember, surge we went through, we have more tools to stop. As I show you in a minute, we are at least to a higher degree. So whether that's concern for is the reality of what we're seeing in Delta, getting your booster shot or getting vaccinated has never been more important. Now, this one isn't impacted as much by, still we're able to calculate a rate from before. Now, it is not as fast of an recently, but it is still significantly surge to the left overwhelmed our hospitals. If we get anywhere, we're going to be in significant trouble. Where that's going, we can now definitively say that the curve is that as the last escalation. But remember, we didn't reach our floor again. We didn't get all the way back down. We still had a significant number of people in the hospital before this increase. We saw this a little bit at the end of last week, but ICU census, Kentuckians fighting for their lives in the ICU, also definitely going up. The news that I hate to report because it wasn't as evident as it is now, the number of Kentuckians needing a ventilator just to survive is also on the rise. So every single indication of how much COVID we have in the Commonwealth is going up. Cases, ICUs, people on a ventilator, demand for monoclonal antibodies, everything across the board is going up. We are certainly in another escalation. As of today, 1,077 Kentuckians hospitalized for COVID, 310 currently in the ICU, 168 currently on a ventilator. Once again, 9.13% positivity rate. So with that much COVID heading into the holidays, we need to be careful. This is a time that we all want to get together. My family is going to get together, but we are going to do it safely. So let's go over the tips again for a safe holiday. Number one,